Hey guys, welcome back. After last week's unboxing, I couldn't keep my hands off the drone, even though I thought I will review the VR camera first, but let's just go with this one now. This is a special kind of a drone which is controlled by motion sensing technology. It was sent to me by a website called RCMOMENT.com. It sells for $26, but if you go to the website by clicking on the link in the description below and use the code TB802 on checkout, you'll get it only for $20. Or you can use the code SALE15 across the website to get 15% off on everything. Anyways, let's have a look at the package. It has a pretty big box for such a small drone. Very colorful, and most of the instructions are present on the box itself. It's a pretty good marketing tactic actually. I mean, if you enter an RC shop, which would you notice more? This small box or this big vibrant looking package? Inside we have the drone tied down to the cardboard. There's another white box which contains the USB charger, the remote control, 2 finger holders for the remote, and 4 extra propellers. There's also an instruction manual which is very easy to understand. The drone is pretty tiny. It has a neat little plastic cage around it to protect the propellers, and it even extends to the top. You can see the cross on the top is in the shape of a dome when you see it sideways, which will save the motors if it hit the ceiling or something of that sort. The belly has the battery compartment, and it has a tiny 280 mAh battery. It takes about 45 to 50 minutes to charge completely and gives the 7 to 8 minutes of continuous flight time, which is not bad at all. There is no place to tuck the wires though. I hope it doesn't mess with the drone's balance once it is in the air. It is extremely lightweight after all. The most interesting thing about the drone is the remote. I haven't seen anything like it before. Unlike the traditional methods involving the classic 2-lever remote control or controlling it with a phone, this remote uses motion sense technology to control the movement of the drone. It looks like a PC mouse, and the finger grip goes on like this. It operates with 3 AAA batteries, and on the left side there's a joystick, a power button, and a red light, and that's it. To get started, you just need to connect the battery wires to the drone, and the blue and red lights in the drone will start blinking. Now press the power button in the remote once and it will get connected. The lights in the drone will stop blinking to indicate successful connection. Now lay the drone flat on the ground and holding the remote exactly horizontal with the front of the remote facing the drone, press the joystick once and it will automatically take off and start hovering at a certain height. It is up to you now to control the drone and move it around. Leaning your hand down will move the drone forward, and raising your hand will cause it to move backward. Turning your hand from side to side will make it drift sideways. Initial impressions are very good. The drone seems completely in control and balanced. It's not drifting anywhere, and it seems pretty sensitive to even the smallest of my hand's movements. Another good thing is that it is always in headless mode. That means no matter how much you spin the drone around, the side of the drone facing away from you will always be the front, so you don't have to worry about reversing the controls as it is with normal flying modes in other drones. You can land it anytime by simply pressing the joystick once. It will slowly descend to a soft landing. If you want to land it in an emergency, press the power button in the remote and it will drop like a brick on the spot. To steer the drone mid-flight, simply pull and hold the joystick back and turn your hand to one side, and the drone will start rotating in that direction. To fly higher, push and hold the lever down and raise your hand and it will propel higher. And if you do the same and point the remote down, it will go lower. When it comes to speed, it has 3 levels. By default, it flies at the lowest speed. You can increase it by pushing the joystick forward just once and releasing it. It starts to fly around faster. To achieve the max speed, do the same thing again. I prefer the mid-level as it is not too slow and easier to control at the same time. You can keep switching between the 3 speed settings by repeating the same method. And not to forget the flips. It can perform neat little 360s. Just push and hold the joystick upwards and turn your hand in one direction. It will do a roll in mid-air. And unlike the selfie drone, this does not require a lot of height to do it. It practically stays at the same level even after the roll. What are my thoughts about it? Well, I was not expecting much, to be honest. This is brand new technology for me, and initially I thought it will be crashing all over the place, but it has proved me wrong. It is kind of stable, completely in control. Today was actually a little more windy than when I tested the selfie drone, but I still managed to drain the battery completely without crashing it even once. It does drift a little with the wind, no doubt, but with this kind of a remote, it is way easier to control it. It just feels more intuitive and natural. It is compact, portable, well protected, so you don't have to worry about crashing the blades or hurting anyone with it. And 8 minutes of flight time is pretty impressive for a tiny 280 mAh battery. It gets a Miibooth rating of 8.5 out of 10. Yes, one thing I think needs improvement. When I initially connect the remote to the drone and fly it, it is going to remain calibrated in that same orientation. What I'm trying to say is that if I'm behind the drone and launch it, then my left is the drone's left and so on. If I move in front of the drone and turn around to face it, the controls will get reversed. So now my left is the drone's right. So basically, if you want to fly the drone from another direction, you have to disconnect and reconnect the drone's battery once. It doesn't bother me, however, since I know it is not a DJI or some other expensive drone. I mean, for $20, it is more than worth it. I would love to see the same tech being applied to bigger drones. I've left a link for it in the description below in case you want to check it out. If you do plan to buy it, don't forget to use the discount code TB802 to get $6 off this drone, or the code SALE15 to get 15% off across the website. Let me know in the comments below what would you like me to review next from my collection, or if there is something geeky out there that I've missed, let me know so I can try and get my hands on it for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button below and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications icon so you don't miss out on my new videos every Friday. It's free after all. You can also follow me on Facebook and other social media. The links to all of them are in the description box below. And as always, thanks for watching.